You open your laptop and you type a question.
Mm-hmm.
You get a quick answer back. Then you just close the tab.
Right. It's the standard workflow.
Most of us use AI exactly like this. But that basic habit leaves massive value on the table.
It really does.
Welcome to the deep dive. We are doing something a bit different today. We're exploring a hidden layer beneath the surface.
Yeah, we're looking at 7 specific /commands.
And these aren't just minor software shortcuts. They transform Claude completely.
Exactly.
It goes from a simple chatbot to a high-performance operating system.
That transformation is really the core idea here. True productivity isn't about writing longer prompts anymore.
That era is essentially over.
Right. I mean, it's about choosing the precise command for the task.
We're going on a specific journey today. We're moving from heavy reasoning into token efficiency.
Yeah.
Then we'll explore focus management. Finally, we'll step into totally hands-free automation.
I love that progression because typing out endless context is just exhausting.
Let's start with the heavy reasoning aspect.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need the model to think harder.
That is where our first tool comes in. It's the /Ultrathink command.
/Ultrathink.
Right. Typing this triggers a massive maximum reasoning mode. It gives Claude a 31,999 token budget.
Which, just for context, a token budget is the mental scratch pad an AI uses to process text.
Exactly right. And this specific budget is huge. It's about 3 times the standard processing limit.
Wow.
You actually see a rainbow terminal font when it activates.
Wait, a rainbow font?
Yeah, it physically looks different on your screen.
That sounds kind of playful. But the underlying utility is deeply serious.
It is.
You're forcing the AI to catch complex edge cases. You're demanding it weigh difficult multivariable trade-offs.
Right, because it's not just generating text anymore. It's using those tokens to debate itself internally. It runs dozens of hypothetical scenarios in the background. It actively moves past the easy surface-level answers.
Let's ground this with a real-world example. Imagine you are analyzing a Q3 newsletter drop.
Okay.
Your open rate is holding steady at 28%. That is a very healthy open rate.
It is.
But let's say your click rate is dropping. It fell off a cliff from 4.1 to 2.7%.
Ouch.
And this strange drop happened over the last 8 weeks. Standard Claude usually gives very generic advice here.
Right. It might tell you to write better subject lines.
Yeah.
Or it suggests tweaking the button colors.
Because Standard Claude is optimizing for a fast response.
Exactly. But /Ultrathink fundamentally acts differently. With that massive scratch pad, it diagnoses the actual edge cases.
It looks at your historic sending patterns.
Yeah, and it ranks the 5 most likely causes by actual probability.
And it doesn't just stop at a list. It provides one specific A/B test for each cause.
You can literally run these tests starting in week 1. It functions as a real diagnostic tool.
It's like bringing in a specialist consultant instead of just asking an intern.
That's a great way to frame it.
It's beat. But this brings up an important boundary question. Is this massive reasoning budget overkill for my daily email drafting?
Oh, yes. It is absolute overkill. It will waste your usage limits instantly.
So we shouldn't use it for everything.
No, we follow the 2-hour rule for this specific command. If you've been stuck on a coding bug for 2 hours, use it.
Okay.
If you're doing a high-stakes legal document review, use it. Do not use it for daily maintenance or basic formatting.
Exactly. Save the heavy artillery for high-stakes planning, not daily typos.
Precisely. You want to match the compute power to the problem's gravity.
Which leads to a very natural friction point. Since /Ultrathink burns massive tokens, we're going to hit our limits fast.
Very fast.
How do we actually balance the budget across a busy day?
Well, we have to actively trim the fat. We need tools that pull in the opposite direction.
Right.
There's an open source skill called /caveman. You just install it once from the community skill registry.
/caveman.
Yeah. Its entire job is aggressively cutting your output tokens.
It does this by delivering raw, ultra-dense answers. It strips out absolutely all the polite fluff.
Right. It brutally removes those 3-line friendly introductions. It completely skips the repetitive closing summaries.
The name is obviously a joke about talking like a caveman.
Just grunt the answer.
Yeah. But the useful compression is very real and highly efficient.
It is.
I find this great for the messy middle of brainstorming. Let's say you need 10 one-sentence LinkedIn hooks.
Okay.
The topic is why AI agents fail in production. You don't need a greeting. You just want the meat of the answer.
Exactly. You just get a tight, bulleted list. Now, you skip it when you need polished writing for a client.
Sure.
But for your own daily brainstorming, it is an absolute lifesaver. This is especially true for our pro plan users.
Because that $20 tier hits usage limits surprisingly fast.
Exactly.
So slash caveman trims the output, but what about the input? Even if the AI's answers are short, my sessions still get incredibly bloated.
Yeah, that happens.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. 2-sec silence, I'll be 3 hours in, and suddenly Claude thinks we're coding in Python.
When you started out writing ad copy.
Right, it gets messy.
Yeah.
It almost always leads to strange AI hallucinations.
We all fall into that trap eventually. Research shows AI models heavily lose accuracy as context fills up. This is a classic case of context bloat.
Which is basically when a full memory makes the AI forget things.
Exactly. Under the hood, Claude is forced to reread every previous turn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it rereads the whole transcript with every new request you make. It's incredibly inefficient.
It causes a major drop in reasoning quality. It also causes huge hidden token cost spikes.
Right, which is why the /clear command is so essential. Typing /clear simply wipes the current session context.
It instantly cures that context bloat.
Consolidating your tasks and periodically clearing the slate helps massively. It actually saves about 15% on your context loading costs.
The usage rule feels pretty intuitive here. You finish a YouTube script, then draft an Instagram caption. You clear it.
Yep.
You analyze meta ads, then plan a newsletter. You clear it.
You're isolating the variables.
So clearing the slate stops the model from mixing up old, irrelevant data.
Yes, absolutely. If the new task needs no previous context, wipe the memory.
Right.
It keeps the processing performance incredibly sharp. It stops hallucinations. And it keeps your daily operating costs way down.
Right. A clean slate guarantees faster, sharper, and much cheaper answers.
It really is the most valuable daily habit you can build.
Okay, so we have deeply clean, efficient sessions now. But human focus still drifts constantly.
Oh, for sure.
What happens when you get interrupted mid-task?
Anthropic actually solved this gracefully back in March 2026. They released a specific command called /B2W.
Like, by the way.
Literally stands for, by the way. It handles human interruptions beautifully.
Because focus drift is a huge operational problem. Normally, you ask a random question during a massive task.
And the model switches its focus entirely.
It totally breaks the whole workflow.
Right. But /B2Do allows safe side inquiries. It fundamentally does not break the main task's flow. Let's say Claude is writing a 5,000-word corporate strategy document. You're pacing around and you suddenly remember something important.
You can just type /BTW, what is the standard image size for a LinkedIn carousel in 2026?
Exactly. The AI opens a tiny side window execution thread.
Okay.
Claude gives you a one-line answer instantly, but the main engine continues running safely in the background.
So it keeps holding the context for your strategy document.
You maintain your complete context integrity.
That is legitimately amazing. Or if Claude is deeply researching 3 different competitors, you just type /BTW, add the founding year to the final table.
Right.
Claude takes the quick note and keeps researching. No hard restart is ever needed.
There is zero lost context, but there is a very critical constraint here. You must never use this for major project pivots.
Wait, so I couldn't use /BTW to spin up a huge secondary research project?
No, absolutely not. If your side question is a complex 10-minute task, open a new session.
Okay.
Combining 2 heavy reasoning tasks under one hood dilutes the quality. It degrades the accuracy of both outputs.
Now, keep it to quick questions. Heavy tasks need a new session.
Precisely. It is a quick side window, not a new engine. Mid-roll sponsor or read placeholder.
So we are managing our active open sessions really efficiently now.
We really are.
We're thinking deep, we're cutting fluff, we're handling interruptions. Now, how do we get the AI to work when we step away entirely?
We have to move into the automators. We are finally breaking free from the keyboard entirely.
Let's explore that.
The command for this is /loop. This specifically handles local system automation. It executes tasks repeatedly at very specific intervals.
It functions sort of like a highly intelligent smart timer.
Right. Claude converts your plain text timing into a PO6 cron expression.
Which is a standard system for scheduling recurring computer tasks.
Exactly. It assigns your loop a unique 8-character tracking ID.
It's remarkably flexible. It supports scheduling by seconds, minutes, hours, and days.
You can actually run up to 50 scheduled tasks per active session, though there is a built-in fairness offset.
What does that fairness offset mean exactly?
It adds a slight deterministic delay to the trigger time. It's usually up to 10% of the scheduled interval.
Okay.
So an hourly task might fire a few minutes past the exact hour.
Let's see. It's like a staggered exit at a stadium.
Yeah.
If everyone leaves at once, the exits completely jam. This prevents global server spikes on the hour mark.
That's a perfect analogy. Let's look at a highly practical example for this.
Let's do it.
Automating the dreaded blank page problem for writers. You simply tell Claude to check your local drafts folder every 4 hours.
Exactly. It quietly scans your files and picks the oldest unfinished piece. Let's say a rough draft has been untouched for 11 days. It automatically suggests 3 fresh headline rewrites.
And it writes one noticeably cleaner opening line.
It uses psychologically driven headlines instead of repetitive social media hooks.
It saves the entire output as a neat comment block. It even suggests a specific 400-word cut.
Wow.
It diagnoses your structural flaws perfectly.
But there are some strict hardware limitations here, right? This relies entirely on your local machine running.
Yes.
Shutting your laptop completely kills the active loop.
Unfortunately, yes. Closing the lid pauses the cron job entirely. It is also permanently bound to your current active session.
Right.
Finally, it has a strict 7-day expiration date built in.
So it's meant for short-term sprints. It is definitely not permanent.
Yeah.
So what is the alternative for longer background tasks?
We use the /schedule command. This handles pure cloud-based automation.
Okay.
It essentially clones your current project state to Anthropic servers. It runs purely on their remote infrastructure.
So it fires accurately even if my machine is completely turned off.
Exactly.
It elegantly overcomes the main limitation of the local loop command.
It does.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, it removes access to your local file system. It can't read your hard drive.
Sure.
However, integrations with Slack, Notion, and Gmail remain fully functional.
The daily run limits totally depend on your specific subscription plan. Pro users get about 5 runs per day. Max users get around 15 runs. Team tiers get roughly 25.
Let's discuss setting up a daily morning brief. This is arguably the perfect use case for /schedule.
Okay.
You schedule it for exactly 7 a.m. daily. It pulls yesterday's top news from 5 different sources.
It checks the Anthropic developer blog and Hacker News. It checks the top posts on the AI subreddit and TechCrunch.
Right. It intelligently picks the 3 most important, relevant stories. It writes 2 concise sentences analyzing each one.
Yeah.
Then it sends the finalized result to a private Slack channel.
Whoa, imagine waking up. Your laptop was asleep all night, but the cloud just curated your entire industry while you slept.
Yeah.
2-sec silence. That is a wild feeling.
It is a profound structural shift in how we work. You read a totally clean, personalized brief over your morning coffee. The cloud simply does the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, so if I'm building a system right now, how do I instantly decide whether a task needs a loop or a schedule?
You use a very simple decision matrix. Does the task need local files or very short intervals? You choose loop.
Right.
Does it run offline or need to run for months? You choose schedule.
Loop for local, short intervals. Schedule for offline, long-term cloud runs.
It really is that straightforward. You can even build advanced cloud routines later. You can actually trigger them dynamically with GitHub push events.
With all these complex commands firing off constantly, how do we track our health?
That's a great point.
We might just be creating massive chaos instead of actually saving time.
That brings us to our final and arguably most important command. It's called /insights.
/insights.
Yeah, it functions as your personal AI auditor. It securely analyzes your actual session history from the last 30 days.
It delivers a really comprehensive HTML report right in your browser. It visually acts as a digital personal coach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It shows a visual heat map revealing the tasks you perform most frequently.
Very cool.
It flags the exact conversational patterns where you are wasting tokens unnecessarily. It identifies completely unused integrations matching your work style.
And it doesn't just complain. It suggests highly actionable fixes.
Right.
It might flag that opening too many short sessions is getting expensive. It will show you how consolidating related tasks actually saves you tokens.
You really should run this on the first Monday of every single month. Spend just 10 minutes reviewing the HTML report.
Yeah.
Identify one small adjustment for your daily workflow.
But reading a list of problems is easy. Changing how you actually work day to day is incredibly hard.
That is exactly why we recommend the 7-day mastery plan.
Okay.
You intentionally adopt only one command per day. Day 1 is just getting used to /clear.
Use it faithfully between unrelated tasks.
Right. Day 2 is /Ultrathink. Try applying it on one genuinely hard task.
Day 3 is /insights. Read your personal performance report.
Oh.
Day 4 is /BTW. Use it seamlessly during a long writing task.
Right. Day 5 is /caveman. Try it on a messy brainstorming session.
Day 6 is /loop. Automate one simple local system check.
And day 7 is /schedule. Set up your personalized morning brief.
I know some people are listening right now thinking, why not just install and launch all 7 of these commands this afternoon?
Because changing your fundamental workflow is psychologically very hard. Deploying one new command per day prevents it from feeling like massive homework.
Yeah.
It actively prevents complete system overwhelm.
Avoid overwhelm. Slowly stacking these commands one by one builds lasting habits.
Let's briefly summarize the core philosophy we really uncovered today.
Please do.
True productivity in the modern AI era is evolving fast. It is no longer about writing massive, paragraphs-long prompts.
No.
It's about deploying the exact right command. You match the specific command to the specific friction in your workflow.
You optimize absolutely every second and every token spent. Beat. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. If /insights can already accurately audit our 30-day habits, how long until Claude simply auto-triggers these commands for us?
That's the real frontier.
Imagine it realizing we need /caveman or /ultrathink before we even finish typing the question. AT row music.